What's up guys, it's your girl Mabel here again, and you're welcome back to another video from your girl. If you're seeing me for the first time, where have you been? I'm glad that you stopped by my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thumbs up to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. So yeah, I get questions here and there. Oh, tell me about Abuja. Should I move to Abuja? What do I need to know before moving to Abuja? So I thought to myself to just come out here and just let you guys know things on the surface. Okay, I want you guys to know things on the surface, like the pros and cons about living in Abuja, because moving to a new city is quite a big deal. It's not something you want to make mistakes about, you know. So before I start, I would just like to give you guys an overall lecture about Abuja. You know, if you're coming here, first of all, you need to plan. You need to have a plan. You need to plan very well, because lots of people have come in here and they have failed. Some people come in here, they get stranded, they get very broke, and they just cannot live in Abuja. Okay, so you have to be sure, you have to ask questions, you have to be sure that you're doing the right thing. And again, I have to let you guys know that you cannot think that you will come to Abuja and put up with someone for long. Abuja residents do not believe in housing people. It's unfortunate, I mean, it's just unfortunate, but they do not believe in housing people, especially for so long. So if you have someone that is kind enough to house you, try as much as you can not to. See, let me tell you, even people that house people, they try to make you feel very, very uncomfortable. I'm going to explain it to you. A while ago, when I was moving to my new apartment, someone advised me not to make my visitor's room convenient, that I shouldn't put AC, I shouldn't put television in the visitor's room, so that anybody that comes will feel very hot and uncomfortable, and, and the person will have to leave, you know. Like, they just try to make you uncomfortable. Let me not just bore you. So, and well, it's not because they are bad people. Abuja people are not bad, but it's because lots of people in the past have abused such privileges. Like, you see someone telling you that, oh, and I'm not kidding, this thing happens a lot, yeah? Someone tells you, oh, I'm coming to Abuja for an interview. My interview is on Monday. I'll be coming on Saturday. And you're like, okay, that's fine. And then the person comes and the person at the end of the day refuses to go back. You find out that the person will just stay there. Then the person will send for his or her clothes. And you cannot drive the person. Or sometimes you have friends telling you they have accommodation issues. Can they put up with you for a week or two? At the end of the day, they are stuck with you, you know. So people have done lots of things to the residents of Abuja, so they do not allow, like, Abuja people do not allow people to spend the night in their house. How much more? Like, it's just crazy. So if you are coming, and even if you have someone that you can stay with, I'll just advise that you use your head. They call it ecology. Use your head, all right? Like, have some money with you so that you can contribute to the person's. I mean, if you're in someone's house and you are actively contributing to the well-being of the house, then the person is going to feel your impact and might not feel some type of way. In short, if you're coming, just have your own plan. You can stay in the suburb areas. You can get cheaper accommodation outside the city center, okay? So just make sure you plan yourself well. Make sure you have your small change with you. Don't come empty-handed. Abuja is not a place that is friendly when you do not have money. I'll move forward to letting you guys know what Abuja is like overall, like generally what the city is like, okay? So Abuja is different from the rest of Nigeria because the way of life of people in Abuja is quite different. The things that they're interested in, the way they love to hang out, the way they love to catch fun is quite different from lots of places. Abuja is very serene, very calm, reserved, you know, stuff like that. Like, if you want to have a good time, you can just go on a picnic with your friends. You know, we have lots of recreational parks, we have lots of green gardens. I have done a video about some parks in Abuja. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. If you've not seen that video, go and see so you can understand what I'm talking about. Abuja is very green, okay? So the kind of things I would love to do is picnics, we love to go swimming, just go for a drink, go for a dance. Like, they have lots of salsa classes, and then on Friday night it's like salsa night, you know. So it's quite different from the way other people in Nigeria live their lives. And most Lagosians, shout out to you, my Lagosians right here, most Lagosians find Abuja very boring because it's boring to them. They just feel, we're not, you know, in Abuja you don't know your neighbor. You know how it is in Nigeria now, like, once in a while when you're matches is finished, you can go to your neighbor's house. But it's not like that here. You don't even know your neighbor, you don't get to see your neighbor, and then when you see your neighbor, hi, and you know, so it's just very different. Yeah, this is overall, yeah, I'm just letting you guys know that it's different from the way other people in Nigeria live their lives. So people tend to just respect themselves. People are just very conservative. That's the word. People are just very, very reserved. So do not think that it's not friendly. It's not friendly at the initial stage. No, Abuja people are not friendly. Except you've lived here and then you now have some friends. But if you're coming as a new person, just know that this is the overall picture. This is the summary of Abuja, yeah, and the residents. Residents are calm, cool, collected, different, and that's why people, Lagosians always say they don't like Abuja people. That Abuja people are forming. They like to say that they live fake life in Abuja because it's not our way. The way we live life in Nigeria is different from the way we live in Abuja, and it's not our way. That's not how, we're not brought up like that. We're brought up to play outside with our neighbors' kids. We're brought up that way, but it's not so in Abuja. So people out that live outside Abuja find it very irritating sometimes and very annoying, and they say that Abuja people live fake life. You guys live fake lives. What do you think about this? Do you know about this? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. So if you're not about that kind of life, do not bother coming to Abuja. Just stay there. Just stay where you are, because that's the life. Before I go ahead to tell you the pros and cons, I would like to know, what cities have you lived in Nigeria? What cities have you lived in? And then what cities have you visited? If you're not Nigerian and you've visited Nigeria before, where did you live? And tell me about the city. Tell me about your experience, you know, in the city. But let me just start by telling you mine, okay? So I've lived in Kaduna. I was born and brought up in Kaduna. I have lived in Abuja, I have lived in Oka. Where else? Yeah, basically, I have visited lots of places in Nigeria. I have visited Kano, I have visited Benin, I've visited Asaba. When I say visited, I mean I have stayed for a long time. I'll go come, because of course my parents live in one of all these cities that I'm going to mention. I've visited Port Harcourt, I've visited Lagos, I've visited Ogun, I have visited Onitsha, Enugu, Ebonyi, Owerri, basically Abia State, Bayelsa. Like, I have visited lots of places in Nigeria. I am Omo Naija. Omo Naija. Where have you visited in Nigeria? Drop it in the comment. I would like to know. So now I'm moving on to telling you guys the advantages and disadvantages, so that if you're planning to come, you know exactly what to expect. All right. The first thing I'll be sharing with you guys about living in Abuja is that we enjoy perfect transportation. Funny enough, transportation in Abuja is very cheap compared to the standard of living in Abuja and compared to other states in Nigeria. Surprisingly, transportation is very cheap. And then, of course, we all know how the road network of Abuja is. The roads are amazing. And because the roads are very wide, the roads are so amazing, wide. The road network, guys, the road network is something else. Even though sometimes I find it very annoying, because if you mistakenly miss your way, if you miss your way, you find yourself in before you before you go and look for where to turn, you just find yourself in another district entirely. But apart from that, that's my personal, stuff that annoys me about the road. But apart from that, the road network is amazing. Transportation is very cheap. The second thing I'll be sharing with you guys is that we have access to great electricity. You can hardly find a place in Abuja with poor power supply. Almost everywhere in the city. I think Abuja is better than other places in Nigeria that I have been to when it comes to electricity. Electricity is quite, it's stable. You can live without a generator. In other states in Nigeria, you can hardly live. I know that electricity has improved generally in the entire nation, but Abuja, the electricity is something else. You'll be in your house for weeks and the power supply is not going to go off. It's just going to stay put. 3, I'm going to talk about security. Security is, I always say that no place is 100%. Only God is your security. Oh, your God, oh, your creator. No place is 100%, But compared to some cities in Nigeria, Abuja is relatively secure. And that's because, you know, Abuja is the seat of power, so there's high presence of security operatives in the city. I'm not saying bad things will not happen. I mean, bad things happen in Abuja, one chance, robbery, like every other city, okay? Lost count. Is this number 4? Is this number 5? I don't even know. But stressless living, okay? Like, you do not, like, people that live in Lagos, no offense, I know you love your Lagos. Giddy is the place. Giddy is the main place. I'm not even taking that from you, but I'm going to compare this to Lagos. In comparison to Lagos, Abuja is stressless, okay? Because people that live in Lagos that I know, they wake up like 3 a.m. in the morning to start getting ready for work that they're supposed to resume by 7:30 in the morning. You know, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., they're already awake, getting ready because of the population and because they have to beat the traffic. So imagine that you live in Lagos and you have to resume work at, say, 8 a.m. in the morning, and then the other person lives in Abuja and has to resume at 8, yeah? The person that lives in Lagos will wake up like 3, 4 a.m., leave the house like maybe 5, just to get to work by 8 or before 8, yeah? And then the person that lives in Abuja can wake up 7 a.m., still do some things in the house, and still get to the office before 8 a.m. you know. So the level of stress is different. So if you live in Lagos, tell me, are you used to this already? Because most of my Lagosian friends are used to it. They have no complaints whatsoever. Are you used to it? How do you manage the stress? Because I find it really stressful, and that's because I've not really lived in Lagos, so the way of life is just different for me. I'm always like, how are you guys doing it? How come you cannot make 3 trips in a day? Because here you can even make 4 trips in a day because the roads are wide, and of course people are not so much as well. So how do you manage stress in Lagos? Do you think Lagos is stressful? Have you lived in any other city? Just let me know, you guys. Number 5 or 6, like I said, I don't know. Food is relatively cheap in Abuja. Yes, compared to the standard of living, food is not a problem. We have like all these bush markets that have market days in different places, like a lot of them. Like they have the markets on Monday, let me just say Monday market, Tuesday market, Saturday market, you know. So when you go to all those places, you can shop for your house for a whole month. And you know, people that sell there are people that come from the farm with their, I mean, food is just cheap. It's not such a big deal, okay? But now, guys, we're going to move to the wahala of living in Abuja. We're going to move to the disadvantages. They are not much. If you know some more, let me know. But I think I have like just 2 or 3 in my head right now. The first one, everybody knows. I'm sure you can guess. Let me know. Yeah, say it. Speak up. Yes, you got it right. Accommodation. What? Accommodation is super expensive in Abuja. People that live in Lagos think that it's expensive in Lagos, but it's not really like, I don't want to compare this thing. I don't want to compare, okay? But I mean, in Lagos, accommodation is expensive in major places like the island and stuff. Abuja, we don't have island, but both the island and the mainland, I mean, both the places where the rich live and places where the middle class live and places where the poor live, I mean, I'm sorry, accommodation is unnecessarily expensive. Like when you see the buildings, it's not even worth the price. At some point, I'm like, can't the government regulate this thing? Because accommodation is a problem in Abuja. Like there are lots of houses, but oh yeah, the money now, like it is super. You don't. Okay, let me just give you an example. So if you live in the city center, you want like a self-contained, which is just a room, a kitchen, and of course your bathroom. Only a tiny room that your wardrobe and your, like, in short, the kitchen and your fridge or your freezer cannot enter the kitchen. It has to be in your room. As tiny as that, you have to pay like 600,000 naira annually. Okay, and that's like even the cheapest. It's not the cheapest, I think that's the standard, but there are more expensive self-contained apartments. Like they have like 700, 750, 800,000 naira for just a room, a tiny room for that matter. your bathroom and your kitchen, and then you want a 3-bedroom. Like, you guys, I have plans to show you guys apartments in Abuja, so just stick with me. I'm going to do lots of apartment videos so you can see the apartments, and I'm going to be telling you guys the prices so you can tell me if it's worth it or not. And then the second thing that is a problem here is school fees. Guys, let me tell you, people in Abuja always say that you don't even need to do family planning, that Abuja school fees is enough family planning for you. Like, it just makes you, it resets your brain, and then you know that you don't have to give birth to so much, because really, God, like, you guys, I don't want to go into details, but I cannot explain how expensive schooling is in Abuja. Schools that in other states, so it's like, it's not a big deal. In Abuja, oh gosh, I mean, because of the real estate, maybe because they're paying so much for the land. I don't know why, but schools are very expensive. And then the third one, which I think shouldn't be a third one, is that you're not going to have lots of savings if you live in Abuja, because at the end of the year, everything you have worked for goes back to your landlord and your child's school. So at the end of the day, you're left with very little to sustain yourself and to even save. You know, if you live in other states where you're paying like 700,000 or 500,000 for a 3-bedroom apartment, you can save up, you can build your own house or something. But Abuja is so difficult. For you to buy a house, it's just so expensive. For you to buy a land, it's not just a joke. It's not a joke, you know. So those are the pros and cons, or these are the pros and cons of living in Abuja. So what do you think about Abuja? Do you like the city? Do you think that you can live here? Whatever it is, if you have plans, make sure you just watch this video. If you know anybody that is planning to relocate to Abuja, share this video with the person, for the person to know what he or she is about to get into, okay? Yeah, you guys, if you've not done all those good stuff, like giving this video a thumbs up first of all, and then hitting the subscribe button, then please do all that good stuff for your girl. I would really appreciate it. And then drop a comment in the comment. Like, I'm looking forward to your comments, you guys. Drop comments, let us relate in the comment section. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.